This found you because you are meant to live the life of your dreams. You are here because you know that the life that you're living right now is not your final destination. It's not the final result. You know there's so much more that you are meant to experience and meant to live. But you clicked on this video maybe because you are doubting that actually the dream life that you desire is going to happen. Maybe you're worried that it's not going to happen because you don't see it yet, or you maybe see the complete opposite of your dream life happening. But I have this analogy that I just learned from my coach that I want to share with you. She talked about, especially if you feel like right now, the universe is showing you everything but your dream life, and it feels like it actually is getting worse or you're not in the right place. She talked about the analogy of a trampoline. And she said, you know how a trampoline works? The more you jump down, the deeper you go, the higher you will jump up. Sometimes we just need to go deeper in the trampoline in order for us to jump higher. So those moments where you feel like life is not going the way that you want to, it's actually just accelerating your progress. It's actually just accelerating your journey for you to be able to jump really, really, really high. In those moments where you feel like everything is not going the way that you want to, and maybe you are finding yourself in scarcity, if that is money, relationships, your job situation, it's just you getting ready for that higher jump. And that analogy can be super helpful because it creates safety within you and it creates trust, which is ultimately the most important thing that you want to have when you are building your dream life. You will be building your dream life not by you doing more, but by being the person that is willing to create that dream life. So many times we get it wrong. We get it wrong and we believe in order for us to be getting to where we want to, we got to do more and we got to change everything that we're doing in our life, which is not necessarily true, because the things that you're doing today are a result of the person that you are. You have to ask yourself, the things that you're doing today, are they getting you closer to your dream life? And if yes, what does that mean about you? And if no, what does it mean about you as well? So you got to ask yourself, the life that you desire to dream, you want to become very specific about it. I meet a lot of people who tell me they want to change their lives and they want a different life. But then when I ask them about what specific they envision of a life they want, they don't know. And they just want things to be different. And so the first step to truly creating your dream life is by you even realizing or understanding, what life am I actually truly desiring? It's like going to the airport and telling the ticket lady that you want to fly somewhere where it's warm and there are palm trees. And she's going to be like, where the hell do you want to go? Like, you got to tell me the exact location you want to go so you can buy the ticket so you can fly there. Just by telling the ticket lady that you want to fly somewhere where it's warm, there are palm trees, is not enough. No one's going to give you a ticket for that. You actually need to tell them where exactly you want to go. And the same thing applies to your dream life. If you know you want to create a dream life, you got to become very specific on what it is that you want. The more specific you can be, the better. Now, that doesn't mean that your dream life imagination or idea of your dream life cannot change. It can change. But the more that you know how that looks like, the more likely you will be able to actually create that thing in the first place. Because otherwise, the universe will not know where you're going and it won't be able to give you those opportunities or to give you the direction of what you need to do or who you need to be to get there. Get specific on the dream life that you even want in the first place. One of my favorite ways to do that, to create that, is through visualization. I like to spend time laying in my bed or laying on the couch or laying on the floor after I do a yoga session and just visualize the person that I want to be and the life that I'm creating. Now, there are nuances to this, because sometimes I get my clients, they ask me, but what if I'm visualizing but I'm not believing it's ever going to happen? That's where you have to ask yourself, are you at this moment dreaming too big? So there is steps to creating your dream life. For example, let's say you're making $2,000 a month now, and your idea of having a dream life is making $100,000 a month. That gap is pretty big and might feel like it's too big right now. So when you're visualizing yourself making $1,000 months, it might actually create more fear and more scarcity, and you might actually feel the lack more than the abundance in the visualization. So while you're visualizing, that might actually make things worse, or you feel like it's actually never going to happen. And so you leave the visualization even more disappointed or more scared or more in scarcity. So instead, you have to ask yourself, well, what would be a step below that? What feels like a stretch, but I can imagine myself having that. And while I imagine myself having that, it feels really good and it feels realistic, and I can tune into the energy of that. And so that might be, again, you're making $2,000 a month now, and it might be $10,000 a month. Maybe the idea of making $10,000 a month feels so much better in your body right now, and it feels realistic or more realistic. It still feels like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? But that's not your problem at this moment. It's just you being able to tune into the frequency of, I will be able to create those $10,000. Now, the other thing that you want to do when you're visualizing your dream life is not just the end result, but especially how you feel. Your emotion and your energetic state is what will end up creating that dream life. It's, again, as I said, not the action, but when you take the action, your energetic state is very important. And if your energy is not aligned and you're taking action from a place of scarcity, you will have a harder time achieving your dream life. So what you want to do is you want to ask yourself, how would I feel having achieved this goal? How would I feel in my body having achieved this goal? Will I feel joy? Will I feel happy? Will I feel abundant? What are my thoughts going to be like? If you knew that you have achieved this goal, what would you be thinking? Would you be thinking that the universe is on your side, that everything always works out for you, that you are powerful, that you are enough? Whatever that might be for you, you want to get clear on your feelings and your thoughts in the end goal. And so when you're visualizing, you know exactly what you want. You look at a goal that feels like a stretch, but is not too much, and you tune into the feelings and your thoughts of that very thing that you want. What does it do? Your subconscious mind doesn't know, when you close your eyes, your subconscious mind doesn't know if what you're imagining is real or not. It will believe you that it's real. And so the more that you are imagining that very thing to come true, the more you are imprinting that on your subconscious mind, and the more you will become the person to actually create that very thing that you desire. So many people get it wrong and they believe they have to take more action. Yes, aligned action, and that's why I'm saying aligned action is extremely important. But what's even more important is you taking the action from the right energy. You know, I've always asked myself, why is it that some people work really hard? And I saw my mother working hard her entire life, but she's never become a millionaire because she's never been in that frequency of being a millionaire. Then there are other people who, yes, they work extremely hard, but why are they a millionaire? Because obviously they were in that frequency of how to be a millionaire, and the actions that were taken were different to the actions that my mom took, for example, right? This is not to bash my mom or whatever, that's not the point, but you will see people who say, oh yeah, you work really hard, you're going to be successful. Hard work alone will not get you successful. You're missing the biggest piece of you actually becoming the person that can hold and be a successful, wealthy, whatever you want in your life person. Same thing applies to relationships, right? So you can apply this concept to everything else that you want in life. Now, I think the even bigger thing that I quickly want to touch on as well is, are you okay with not having your dream life just yet? You can't live your life every day not being happy right now and hoping that once you live your dream life, you will finally be happy, because you are then again not in the frequency of living your dream life. When you are attached to your dream life having to be there for you to be happy and fulfilled, your dream life will not come. You got to start practicing gratitude for what is right now, and gratitude that you are working towards your dream life without needing your dream life to actually manifest for you to be happy. It's like the same analogy of people working hard Monday to Friday and they can't wait for the weekend. They can't wait to not have to work and to not have to think about work. So are you waiting for a weekend for your life to finally be fulfilled and happy and exciting? Or can you create that right now while you are working on creating your dream life? So every day when you are visualizing yourself in your dream life, you can also add the affirmation that you are grateful and happy for what you already have. And you are grateful and happy for what's to come. Because then you're in the frequency of receiving. And actually, when your dream life happens, you will receive it with open arms, and the gratitude is already going to be there. I read a book by Stephen Bartlett. It's called, do I have it here? Yes, I have it here. It's called Happy Sexy Millionaire. And he said that his biggest goal in life back then when he was like 22, he reached, I don't remember the exact age, maybe 22, 23, 24, something around this age. And he achieved his first million in his business. And he said in the book that he was so working hard towards making the first million. And once he got the news from his co-worker that they achieved the first million, you know what he felt? He said he felt nothing. He felt absolutely nothing. His biggest goal was to achieve that 1 million. And once he achieved it, he felt nothing. Not because it wasn't a big deal, but because he was working so hard on that rather than actually being also happy and grateful for the journey and for what was happening before him reaching the $1 million. And so are you living your life in anticipation that one day, once you achieve this thing, you're going to be happy? Or can you start living in that frequency of knowing that that very thing you want is going to happen, but finding the gratitude in those small moments in your present life today? If this was helpful to you, please let me know. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I am sending you so much love. And until the next time, bye-bye.